Hey everybody, it's Kyle here. As promised, we have the third review out of the three kits that we got at Hobby Lobby a couple days ago. And this will be the final review, and it's of the Revell Special Edition 57 Ford Gasser 2-in-1. 184 parts in this kit, molded in white, chrome, translucent red, and clear, along with vinyl tires. Before you see the vast majority of the parts. We'll pan over a little bit, and there are the rest of the parts. So we'll start from pretty much from left to right, but I will start with the body here, the biggest piece. I do have the camera flashlight on, so that might affect things, but it needed a little more light. Pretty good looking body. There are a couple imperfections along this fender here. Probably won't be able to see them, and then there are the mold lines that are along the fenders that are usually pretty standard. Other than that, not too many mold lines. Couple under the tail lights. That's about it on that. You have your chassis here, with what appears to be your interior floor molded into it. Detail on the bottom is great too. And you have your separate chassis, or frame, I guess you could refer this part as. A couple little flash tabs that you have to cut off, and a little tiny bit of flash here and there. Other than that, pretty good. Detail seems pretty good. Since this is a 2-in-1, you do get the 4 stock tires and then 2 slicks for the Gasser version. You do have the seam down the center of the slicks, unbranded though. A little bit of sandpaper will make those look real nice. Unbranded stock tires, stock tread pattern. You gotta cut the little flash tabs off and take them off the screws. There's some interior pieces here. It's like maybe the back floor. You got your either your front or your rear seat. A couple other interior pieces there. On this sprue we have your exhaust, steely wheels, which would be the stock wheels. There are custom wheels in the chrome sprues right down there. Got wheel backs and some suspension pieces as well. On this little sprue there is your engine cleaner, I believe is 2 pieces, is what it looks like there. Distributor and a couple other small pieces. It's not your distributor, my bad. Maybe it is your distributor, it's a little funny looking. I actually believe that was an alternator. Next sprue we have is your hood. Detail top and bottom. There are sink marks on the bottom, but not too horrible. And then your dash. Good detail on the dash. A couple other miscellaneous parts. Got your lower front suspension and half of your rear end on this sprue. The next sprue, you got your interior door panels and kick panels with the rear panels all molded in as well. Good detail on those. You can see the checker pattern. Handles are all molded in. A couple other miscellaneous interior parts. Those are headlight covers if you choose to do the the gasser version, or maybe the tail light covers, I'm not quite sure. It's one of the two. And then your firewall. Pretty basic, pretty smooth, not a whole lot of detail molded in, but just enough detail that it looks realistic. And we'll move on to this screw here, which contains, this would be your back seat, the back of the back seat, and then your gas tank. On here it looks like we got some rear leaf springs and a drive shaft, the rest of your rear end, and some shocks and a couple other miscellaneous parts. On here we have your headers. I'm not quite sure what those are. I'm thinking they're for the gasser suspension. There's your other header. And then an intake as well. In this sprue there's another gas tank, I believe, your spare tire holder that goes on the bottom of the chassis, a couple other miscellaneous parts. You have your radiator, which is mounted or molded into your core support, and a couple other miscellaneous parts there. And what appears to be a battery. In this sprue, you got your gasser front suspension, I believe that would be, and then your roll bar, some shocks, a little bit more, a couple more leaf springs, and then some pieces for the rear suspension. Got a couple more suspension pieces on here. I believe this would be your straight axle for the gasser suspension as well. And on this sprue there are some engine parts, oil pan, stock manifolds, your fan, your drive belts and accessories, things of that nature. And on the last clear sprue, or white sprue, my apologies, we have the two engine block halves with transmission, your two heads, some intake parts, and your valve covers, and then a couple hoses as well. And we have your tail lights molded in translucent red, and all your glass pieces. You get side windows, front window, rear window, and some other little windows, lenses, and stuff of that nature. And then on the first of the two chrome sprues, you have some rims that are both different sizes. I'll show you on the wheels. The slicks do have a larger rim size than the stock tires, so that would be what that's for. You have some other gasser parts. I'm assuming this is a sprue that is thrown in there specifically for the gasser version. I believe if you were to build the stock version, this entire sprue would just be extra parts. Then the final sprue is the last chrome sprue that does have some hubcaps on there for your stock wheels, some engine parts, mirrors, license plate holders, and then your grille and front and rear bumper. And the instructions are typical Revell instructions. Everybody's seen them, no need to really go through those. And then the decals, which have become my favorite part of the kit. There are some white walls if you choose to build the stock one, as well as some Ford logos that were to go on the chrome hubcaps. You got some pinstriping and logos if you were to build the gasser, and then you got a cool little gasser right there. Some license plates and stuff like that. So there you have it. That's the review of Revell's Special Edition 57 Ford Gasser 2-in-1. Like, comment, subscribe, and keep an eye out for some more videos slowly rolling in. Thanks, guys.